Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and we have more great transgender news. Yes, we all know that it's the transgender news of the day, which is, not with, not suffering and, death and decay and, crimes, but love and non-hatred and all that great jazz, right? Well, fortunately for you guys, if you thought that it was the other one where, they are trying to kill people, well, then you would be correct, because this is happening again. Unfortunately for them, though, it was thwarted by their own family members, so there you have it. We have this here. Transgender teenager who plotted Colorado school and church shootings sentenced to 60 years in prison. A transgender teenager has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after threatening to carry out a mass attack at 3 schools and a church in Colorado Springs, Colorado. William Whitworth, 19, was originally charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder in April 2023 after officers uncovered a manifesto detailing his plans to target the public. William Whitworth, who uses she/her pronouns and also goes by the names Lily, was first arrested on March 31st of last year after a concerned family member called the Elbert County Sheriff's Office. Police visited Whitworth's address after his sister Melissa Whitworth Maths called and informed police that he was punching walls and making references to school shootings. Perfectly sane person, by the way. One of the texts, Whitworth said to his sister, "How clear do I have to make it? I'm going to walk into Timberview Middle School with an AR." Police quickly arrived to Whitworth's home and found him living in a squalor. Deputy notes know there were numerous containers filled with moldy, half-eaten food and numerous alcoholic beverage containers laying around the house. There were also trash piled up all around the house to the point where it made it hard to walk inside. Upon searching the home, police discovered a manifesto which included the names of several school shooters as well as additional drawings and floor plans of schools. There were also photos describing a makeshift bomb and detonation device. While speaking to police, Whitworth stated that he had gone onto YouTube to learn how to make a detonator for a bomb. Contained within Whitworth's notebook was also a list of firearms with 3D printing instructions and a list of political personalities, including commentator Lauren Southern and former U.S. President Donald Trump, with derogatory comments. Investigators determined that there were schools Whitworth had intended to target, including Timberview Middle School, Prairie Hills Elementary, and Pine Creek High School. He previously attended Timberview Middle School. There were also names of other targets, including local churches and police stations. So what we're seeing here is a common trend of them either going after schools where they can harm and kill numerous amount of people, including children, and churches, where apparently that is mostly let's go down with the ballpark here of it being a Catholic or Christian church, because that seems to be their number one targets as of recently. And if you guys want to say no, well, then why were all the other trans shooters that were going after certain targets at a church or at a school? Because they haven't been going after and just shooting random people out in daylight. No, they're choosing places where there are no guns, where they can't be fired upon, and they have said numerous times, which we have also said as well, they're targeting churches or Christians. So you're really going to come down to me and say, tell me how that's not a thing. But I guess, woe is me, right? I'm the one that's being inaccurate, not truth. As YouTube once says, I'm committing conspiracy theories. Interesting, YouTube. Thanks for that. Once arrested, Whitworth confessed to his plan and told the deputies he watched the YouTube video on how to make the detonator. When asked why he intended to target his previous middle school, he said he had no specific reason. So he just wanted to kill. That's fantastic. That's going to be my only assumed motive. He just wanted to kill. Initially, Whitworth was booked and held on a $75,000 bond. But while in jail, Whitworth reportedly told a prison official that he was still wanted to carry out his plans if bonded out. As a result, his bond was increased to $750,000 in order to make it more difficult for him to leave pretrial detention. What I would like is him not to have a bond set to $750,000, but him have no bond and him not being able to get out at all. How about that? what I mean by no bond is that person is not allowed to have a bond. They have now announced that they were going to do this regardless, even if they got out. So they don't get to receive a bond. They receive no bond, and they stay, and their sentence should be increased to past the actual maximum that was going to go forth, and and all that great jazz. Because again, if that is the case, then they should probably not be able to have to bond and remove, and they won't have the chance to leave pretrial detention. So, the reason why I say this is because it makes more sense this way. That way, the community is safe, our punishments are stronger, and we have less tragedies happen. Because harsher punishments and admit to guilt and saying they're going to do this regardless probably means that they should probably be put in a bit longer. Yes, it may be harsh. Yes, it may be messed up. But guess what? I guess more people get to survive. So, I mean, you take it as you please. In the press release containing the plea agreement from the office of the 18th Judicial District Attorney, Whitworth was referred to using they/them pronouns. Whitworth accepted a plea deal, but still could have faced up to 16 years in prison. During his sentencing at Elbert County Courthouse on January 30th, he barely spoke, but told the court, "I was in too deep, way too deep. The choice I made, I regret." Well, too bad. Your regrets are now leading to other leaves. You're only regretting because you got caught. You don't actually regret because you don't want to do it. His lawyers sought a non-custodial sentence, asking Judge Theresa Slade to only give Whitworth probation so that he could attend a rehabilitation for alcohol dependency. They argued sending him to jail would be harmful to his recovery and overall mental health. Judge Slade delayed sentencing to give the defense an opportunity to build their case for a probation-only sentence. Here's the thing here. Sending him to jail would not have been any worse. Alright? It would have probably been a better for the community and the public to not have this person be released. I don't care if it's harmful to his recovery or overall mental health. I really don't care. Why? Because this person said he was going to go commit crimes against a religious group of people, a school, and commit mass tragedy. At this point in time, I don't care what happens to this person. This person deserves to be sentenced in prison for a long period of time and not be able to see the light of day, so he can't go out and commit these heinous acts amongst other people. And by the way, when he does get out of prison, he should be sentenced with a guard to guard him at all times, wherever he goes, so that way he can't commit crimes. Because, that'd be great. I'm pretty sure that would also bring some more money to the economy as well. So there's that. Despite the time extension, Judge Slade ultimately disagreed, sentencing Whitworth to 6 years in prison. The term is still considerably less than the maximum of 16 years he could have received. Judge Slade decided that a prison sentence was the only way to ensure a sense of security among the community. The prison sentence would be followed by 3 years of mandatory parole. Whitworth was charged under his birth name, William. However, documents from Elbert Sheriff's Office refer to him as Lily and use he, she pronouns. He's currently waiting transfer to a correctional facility from the county jail, but the name of the facility has not yet been released. He's booked as Male. So, if we go past this here, this whole blob of, saying all of the public, but we go to this here, it says, it is currently unclear where Whitworth will be held after being moved out of the county jail. However, Colorado is set to become the first state to provide trans-identified males with their own separate unit as opposed to housing them in a male or female prison. This decision came after Colorado Department of Corrections reached $2.1 million settlement with 170 trans-identified males who launched as a class action lawsuit in 2018 after claiming they had not been protected in male prisons or provided gender-affirming treatment. The proposal is still under review by the court, but if approved, the state would have until January 25 to implement all the conditions of the settlement. Currently, the state reviews transgender inmates on a case-by-case basis to decide which unit to house them in. So in other words, the first case to provide trans males with their own separate unit as opposed to housing them in a male or female prison. So I guess they are going to be housing them in their own trans jail, which is good. Because, honestly, they don't need to be in a female or male prison. They could just be in their own little section there with their own fucked up individuals. Because, again, these people are psychopaths. And as we're seeing, psychopaths need to be put in psychopath areas. And yeah, this is, that's the only good news out of all this. I mean, granted, this person was caught before he was able to commit any kind of crimes or harm. So that's also good as well. So, yeah, hopefully this is all great. And, by the way, the person that did probation and stuff is this person right here. So, Theresa Slade. This is the 18th District Judge in Colorado. So, I got a good look at this person, this individual. If we want a little better of a look of this individual, this Theresa Slade, then we have no more to look at this person here. This is a bit better of a picture of this individual. So, this is what you have for listing the actual damage of the person. So, there you go. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care. Stay away from the crazies.